Howdy y'all, Robert from Texas here. What are you guys doing to stay motivated? Are you using some sort of a visualization technique? Well, I want to share with you guys some things I've learned about visualization and how it affects our motivation. There was this one study done where they had a group of students and they asked them to visualize themselves getting a high grade on an upcoming test. And they also had another group of students and they told them to just go about your business as usual, don't visualize anything, and just be aware that there is an upcoming test. Both groups were asked, though, to keep track of how many hours they're studying for the upcoming test. Right after the test, how many hours did they study? So test day comes along, they turn in their papers, and who do you guys think scored the best on the test? It was the ones that did absolutely nothing. The ones that didn't do any visualization technique at all actually got a better grade. And those students that actually visualized themselves getting a higher grade performed less. They got a lower grade. So what happened here? What exactly was going on? Well, it turns out basically that just the students that were visualizing themselves getting a higher grade just didn't put in the hours to study. They felt better about themselves, but they didn't do anything to improve their grades. There was this other study done with a group of obese women who were part of a weight loss program, and they asked these women, how would they react to a made-up scenario? Would they react positively or would they react negatively? They asked the ladies, what would you do if you were visiting a friend and then all of a sudden a party breaks out? And then everybody starts bringing in yummy foods. They got pizza there, they got cookies, they got cakes. What would you do in that scenario? So the researchers rated the ladies' responses. Some of them were super highly negative, some of them were super highly positive. Some of the highly positive responses were along the lines like, I would not touch any of the food, I would not eat anything. Some of the highly negative responses were like, oh my gosh, if I was in that situation, I would eat everything on my plate and eat off other people's plates as well. Kind of sounds like something I would do, to be honest with you. So these women were tracked for a whole year, and at the end of the year, which group do you think lost the most weight? Turns out it was the women that had a negative visualization process going on. The women who had envisioned themselves reacting positively to that sort of a scenario didn't lose as much weight as the other group of women. The women that reacted negatively to that scenario ended up losing on average 26 pounds more. Kind of crazy, right? I mean, what's going on here? So another study, researchers were looking for a group of students that admitted to having a particular crush on some classmate of theirs. So the researchers grabbed this group of people and they asked them for their reaction in a particular scenario. Would it be a positive or a negative reaction? And the scenario was that, say this person got to class early and the person that they had a crush on also arrived early. So they were the only two in the classroom. They happened to sit next to each other and they made eye contact. What would happen in that scenario? Some people reacted positively. Some of the highly positive responses were along the lines of, once we made eye contact, we would realize that we were just soulmates and that we would hit it off and that such a thing as true love actually exists. Some negative responses were along the lines of, gosh, if we made eye contact, I would just all of a sudden blurt out the wrongest thing. I would say like, I already have a boyfriend, I already have a girlfriend. Absolutely ruining the chances of getting to know this person. So they followed up with a group of students 5 months later. Those that had a positive reaction to that type of scenario ended up being least likely to approach that person they had a crush on or to have any kind of relationship with them at all. They were less likely to have a relationship than the people who had already envisioned failure. It's kind of crazy, right? Another study looked at graduating seniors from college, and they asked these seniors to note how often they visualized themselves with their dream job. After 2 years, the researchers came back to the same students and found out that the students that actually fantasized frequently about their dream job had actually submitted fewer job applications, got a lot less job offers, and were making considerably less money than the rest of their classmates in that study. So what's going on here? Why is it so bad to see yourself accomplishing your goals? Well, researchers have speculated. What's going on is that those people who envisioned their wonderful life, who pictured everything positive going right with them, were probably just not well equipped or well prepared to deal with the setbacks, to deal with difficulties that arise in life. Difficulties happen to everybody. But that maybe that this group of people just weren't well equipped to deal with it. There's also speculation that maybe these people who just visualized themselves in their dream job or in these positive scenarios just didn't want to do the work to achieve their goals. So fantasizing about your world may make you feel better, but it may not really transform your dreams into reality. But guys, all is not lost. There is some research out there that shows that there are some things that you can do to create the positive change you want in your life. First thing you have to do is to have a plan. What is your goal? What's your ultimate goal? Is it to lose weight? Do you want to start your own online business? Do you want to learn the language? And then you break up that goal into like little mini sub-goals. They're like little building blocks that kind of help you get started. Sort of like a step-by-step process. And this process, step-by-step, kind of helps to eliminate some of that fear too. For example, if you're interested in starting your own online business, you don't have to say you're going to start the business tomorrow. You can start out small by saying, well, today I'm going to research on what's out there for me to start an online business. And that by the end of next week, I will have at least 5 choices of which I can choose from. And by the end of 2 weeks, I will take the plunge and start some new course. Or something like that. But the idea is that it's going to be a step-by-step process. You have to have a plan. So this plan has to be something that you can actually do, something that you can measure, and also has to be time-based. So like by when do you want to accomplish this? How many things are you going to do in that particular time? And is this something that you can really do? Second thing is that you have to tell somebody. Successful people who have accomplished their goals actually told their friends and families what their goal was. And this can be a tough one. Because when you don't tell anybody and you fail, it kind of makes that sense of failure not so bad because nobody knows. But it also makes it way too easy for you not to change your life and for you to fall back into your old habits again. So research has shown that people are more likely to stick to their promise if they tell somebody. I know it's rough, but you gotta tell somebody what your goals are. The third thing is associated benefit. The people who have achieved their goals are people who have frequently reminded themselves about the benefits associated with accomplishing their goal. They were honest with themselves and saying how their life would be better if they accomplished their particular goal. So it wasn't just them visualizing their perfect life, it was seeing the benefits associated with it. What would happen if you had reached the weight that you want to reach? Other than just looking good, is your activity level up? Are you able to go out more? Are you able to enjoy old hobbies? Things like that. Visualizing the associated benefits, not just a perfect life. Fourth thing is you want to reward yourself. People who achieve their goals, they reward themselves. Each little sub-goal has like a reward. And usually the reward's something small, and it doesn't go against your big goal. For example, if you have a weight loss goal, and you went to the gym every day for this last 2 weeks, and you're going to reward yourself by going to the all-you-can-eat pizza place, probably not the best thing. But doing these little rewards kind of gives you a sense of accomplishment. So that's the whole point of rewarding yourself. Number 5, write everything out. You guys are going to want to keep a journal and write everything out. Write out your plan. Write out your goals. What are your rewards? What are those associated benefits? And how's your progress coming along? And you want to make it clear as possible. Really be detailed with everything. So there you guys have it. Some tips and tricks to help you keep your motivation up. Remember, you gotta have a plan. You want to tell somebody. You want to focus on the benefits. Reward yourself. And write all this stuff down. Keep a journal. Okay, you guys, I hope you're all having a good day, and I mean that. We'll talk later. Bye for now.